Hey guys, welcome to the video. Okay, so have you ever made your bed in the morning and thought, wow, I'm really pretty awesome at this adulting thing? I'm sort of kidding, but not really. It's the domino effect, okay? So the domino effect states that when we do one small task, it kind of puts us in alignment with who we believe we are. It sort of raises the vibration of who you think you are, and then you go about the rest of your day acting in accordance to that. Hey Danielle, thanks for joining. So I'm Tara. Let me just quickly tell you who I am if you're new to me and my videos. My name is Tara Allen. I am a registered nurse and a health coach, a nutrition coach, and a fitness coach. And I come to you live every single Wednesday. I've changed the name of these videos, but they are now called Workshop Wednesdays because I want them to be really actionable things for you to be able to do. And Workshop Wednesday videos will be here every Wednesday. I'm nailing down the time, but usually between like this time and 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, okay? So welcome to the video. Danielle says, good morning, Tara. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Danielle. I hope you had an awesome New Year with your family, whatever you did. Hopefully it was more exciting than mine. I wasn't even awake at midnight. So yep, that happened. I made it till about 11:20 and then I passed out. Okay, so let's talk about the domino effect. So it's the new year. A lot of us have that. We're feeling strong. We're feeling motivated. We've got a lot of things that we want to tackle for 2019. It might be related to your personal life or your relationships. It could be business or career related. It could be health related. It could be all of those things. A lot of us have set goals in all different areas. So this kind of works for everybody. Of course, doing what I do and helping the types of people that I help, this is going to be more related to health. I'm going to target it for health, but you can really apply this to any goals that you have. So you didn't make it till 12 o'clock either, Danielle. Oh my gosh. It's good to know that I'm not the only one. Don't mind me. One of my goals is to be more hydrated in 2019, so here I am working on that. But look at this cup, isn't it cute? Hey Tiffany, Happy New Year. Thanks for joining. So we're talking about the domino effect today. So here's the idea that, let me back up a little bit. So a lot of people wait until motivation hits them. So right now, on January 2nd, 2019, this might be a time of really high motivation for a lot of people. It's a fresh start, it's a clean slate, it's a new year, all of those things. But then inevitably we all know what's going to happen and something is going to derail us and then we're going to kind of lose that momentum. And a lot of us then it's not the problem that we lose the momentum. The problem is then we wait for the momentum to come back before we continue to chase our goals, our dreams, to make progress. And that's where we just lose steam, and that's where everything goes downhill. But instead, I want to share with you today about how motivation really has nothing to do with the level of success that you're going to have. In fact, the most successful people are not any more motivated than you are. They don't find motivation more often. They don't hold on to it longer than you do. All they do is they take action regardless and they have a plan. So we'll get into that a little bit more. Tiffany says, Happy New Year. Thank you. Same to you. I was asleep at 11:30 and didn't make it to the New Year either. That was about the time that I fell asleep too, Tiffany. And I don't know if you felt this way, but I was like, well, that was a little bit of a waste because I probably should have gone to bed earlier if I wasn't going to make it up, stay up till the new year, but close. All right, so the domino effect states that you do one tiny little thing, you make one change, and it affects the other changes that you do throughout the day, throughout your life, okay, without you even trying to. So, like, how does this make sense? Okay, for example, in the top of the video, I talked about if you make your bed, you may then associate with being like an organized person. You might say, oh, well, now I'm going to go and I'm going to do the dishes so my sink is clean. And you can just take it one step at a time from there, and you can kind of build momentum that way. So momentum isn't something that just comes upon you. It's something that you can actually create. So you can cultivate momentum by taking action even when you don't have that feeling, even when you don't want to, and even when the excuses are there to tell you otherwise, like, no, it's okay, you don't have to be doing this. Because here's the truth. The truth is we all have excuses that are valid. we all have those days where, sure, if you told your friends how little sleep you got, they would all agree that you probably should skip the gym today, right? We have excuses that are real and they're valid and they make sense, but we have to kind of see where we're going. So if you work out 7 days a week and you do have that one night that you have hardly any sleep and you want to skip the gym that day, but you know you're going to go the next day, that's totally different. That's you listening to your body. That makes sense. But you know who you are if you are the person who doesn't go to the gym regularly anyway, and then you're just sort of looking for the next excuse, like, oh, I have a sniffling nose, so I'm going to skip it today, and tomorrow's going to be a different excuse, and all those things. I'm saying the gym, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you work out at home. It doesn't matter if we're talking about meal prepping. It doesn't matter if we're talking about meditating, or whatever your thing is that you want to do for yourself to make yourself feel better this year. Okay. So you got to really be real with yourself. Are your excuses, are they really valid? Are you only listening to the ones that are really big and they make sense for you to listen to? Or are you sort of looking for the next excuse? Okay. So that's a little bit about being aware, a little bit of self-awareness, and just keep that in mind as you go through. But the domino effect says that you start with something really tiny, a small behavior. Okay, so forget about the results right now. The results will come. We're talking about planning, we're talking about taking action, and we're talking about behaviors that you can actually control. So let's say that this behavior is that you are going to start the day with a workout in the morning. You may find naturally that you end up eating a little bit healthier throughout the day without even thinking about it, because maybe you have more energy, maybe you're sleeping better at night, so all of a sudden those sugar cravings go down a little bit, and you're not, because when we are really undersleeping, when we're really lacking in sleep, we crave things that aren't the best for us, okay? That's our body's way of trying to get a quick burst of energy. It's smart that our body can do that, but we don't need it to do that for us anymore. So, if you're going to the gym, or you're getting whatever workout in the mornings, and you're sleeping better at night, and you have better energy, and you're in a better mood, you're probably going to make better food choices without even making that conscious decision. That's the domino effect. And then once you make better food choices, let's say for breakfast, you might find that you are nice and full and satisfied, and you don't need that extra morning snack, and you can make it all the way till lunch. Then you might start to find that you are losing a couple of pounds. Your pants are a little bit baggy. You weren't even specifically trying to lose weight, but that's what's happening because you've got this domino effect going. And that's what I want for you in your life, because then you're unstoppable, because it's just you hit one thing after the next after the next. And we're focusing on progress. We're focusing on behavior, and we're forgetting about things like getting a certain result by a certain time. We're forgetting about all the things that we can beat ourselves up over that actually pull back the momentum. It takes it away. We don't want that. So step number 1, you're going to start with something that is small that you can do consistently, okay? Look for easy wins here. If it doesn't feel like it's super easy that you can really, really do it, then it's too hard and it's not going to get you this result that you want. I promise you, you're going to make better progress in the long run if you do the baby step mentality. Something small. Do 5 push-ups today. 5, because then tomorrow you can do a little bit more. But the whole point is that you're just building that habit. And the other thing that happens is you start to self-align with an image. So if you do 5 push-ups today, and then you do it every day for 7 days, you will start to see, even if it sounds silly right now, you will start to see that you tell yourself that you're this person that works out every day. It doesn't matter that you do 5 push-ups. Maybe next week you're going to do 10. Then you're going to add some squats. You're going to add a walk, whatever. But the point is that you're going to start to carry yourself and think of yourself as a person that works out consistently. So then you're going to treat yourself as you would if you were a person that worked out consistently, right? So it's all about coming from a place of positivity. It's all about building that habit. It's all about the consistency and about really staying true to your word to yourself. Then you will be able to plan anything that you want. Number 2, you want to maintain the momentum. So when you do that first step, that first domino, then you can move straight on to the next one. So when you want to pick your first domino that you're going to knock over, pick anything that you're feeling very excited about. So if there is something that right now you're very motivated to do, if it's that you want to prep your food on Sundays. You've never tried that and you want to take an hour every Sunday to prep your food. If you want to, take some more time to yourself every week. If you want to start meditating, you know, you're going to use one of those apps like the Calm app and meditate for 10 minutes every day. Whatever it is, pick something that's exciting to you that you want to start with. And that can be your first domino, because it doesn't matter where you start. If you're making progress, you can knock over all the dominoes in different orders, okay? So make it work for you. Pick something you're excited about, pick something you're motivated about. Once you do that thing consistently, then move right on to the next thing that you're excited about, okay? So this is how you can make the domino effect work for you. So if there's something that is like a next obvious step, then you would go there. So let's say you're gonna do the 5 push-ups every morning. And you're doing it consistently, pick a time period. Like if I do it consistently for 2 weeks, then I'm going to add 2 more push-ups, or I'm going to add 10 squats or something like that. And that's your next domino. You're just going to keep going. Don't allow space in between, because you're basically creating this momentum and then you're going to take it and run with it. So don't waste it. So that's step number 2, is to maintain the momentum and keep going. Number 3, when in doubt, if you're looking for that next domino to knock over and you can't think of it, you're probably thinking of goals that are too big. You got to break them down. So make them really, really easy. Make them so easy that you're like, duh, of course I can do that, okay? That's what I want you thinking. If I was asking you, you know, Joni, I'm just making it up. Joni, could you do 5 push-ups every morning? If the immediate thing that you're thinking is not, duh, yeah, of course, I know I'm going to do that, well, then it's too much. So then I would say it doesn't matter how small it is. It just has to be really, really easy and obvious to you. So maybe it's 1 push-up, or maybe push-ups isn't your thing. Maybe it's 5 squats. When you get up and you brush your teeth in the morning, every morning when you brush your teeth, you're going to do 5 squats. If you feel like that's something that you can do, you know how to do it, you're skilled enough to do it, and you will remember it and put a plan in place to do it, then that's your thing. That's your domino to start with, okay? Find something that's exciting. This stuff is exciting because you're building a new life. This is a brand new year and you get to do whatever you want with this year. And then step number 4 is about making sure that this stuff is just about your behaviors and not about that result or that outcome, okay? It's great to, at some point, reevaluate and see if things are working for you, right? We wanna always do that. We wanna see if we're kind of on the course that we wanna be on. But in this moment, when I'm talking about the domino effect, forget about that, like, I wanna lose 20 pounds, I wanna fit into that dress by my sister's wedding, all that stuff, forget about it for a couple of reasons. Number 1, you can't control that outcome. And we're trying to focus on things that we can control. And number 2, it sort of puts us in that a little bit more negative mindset, a little bit more restrictive mindset, and that's not where the positive change is going to come out of. So think about the things that you can do. Instead of I want to lose those 20 pounds or whatever, think about I want to move my body every day for X amount of minutes, or I want to move my body 3 times a week for 20 minutes, or I want to lift weights for 10 minutes twice a week. It doesn't matter, okay? And that's just working out. You can do anything else. I want to cook all of my lunches from home and bring them to work. I'm not eating out for any lunches for the next 3 months. Something like that is something that you're just thinking about your action. You do control whether that happens or not, right? You can't control whether you're going to lose those 20 pounds or you're going to fit into that dress. There's other variables that are outside of your control, but this is something that you can control. You can bring your lunch to work every single day for the next 3 months or whatever, okay? So think about the things that are behavioral based. That's where your goals should be. That's what you can control, and that's where you're going to start feeling so confident because you will see that you have so much more control over your life. And then step number 5, or tip number 5 here for the domino effect, is don't wait for the motivation. So I mentioned it before. I'm going to say it again. It's worth mentioning again. The most successful people are not more motivated than you. The most successful people don't have more willpower than you do. Willpower is a limited resource, okay? The idea is that you're not waiting for the presence of motivation, but rather you're implementing a plan. That's what you gotta focus on, implementing a plan. So one day you might be super motivated, great. That day will be easier for you to get to the gym or to get that workout in. But another day you may be super unmotivated. It's snowing outside, it's cold, it's dark, you don't wanna get out of your bed, the baby was up all night last night. Those are the days you have to think about it in advance and tell yourself, when this type of day happens, how do I want to show up? What do I want to do? What's something that'll make it easier? You know, some of those things you can see ahead of time might happen. If you have a young child, you already know that there are going to be lots of nights, probably, that child will be awake. Even if you have a baby that's sleeping through the night, there will be nights that baby gets sick. There will be nights that you're tossing and turning. You know, snow is coming. Well, you probably know that ahead of time because we have forecasts. All these kinds of things that you can plan ahead for, so that this way there are only a few surprises that can pop up. But even most of those surprises are things that usually aren't complete surprises. They're things that you know will happen, okay? You don't know when you're gonna get sick or when your child's gonna get sick, but you do know that it's gonna happen this year, probably, right? Probably at some point you're not gonna be feeling well. What's your cutoff? When will you still work out and when won't you? For me, if I feel something in my chest, like a chest cold, and it's not just a head cold, that's when I'll skip the workout. Because to me, that's when I really need to rest. You know, if you're working up, if you're doing anything that's really cardio, kind of like any kind of workout, it's making you cough more, all that, okay, that's a time to rest. That makes sense. But for me, my cutoff, if I have a head cold, I'm still going to get my workout in. That's my line. You define your line however you want to, but make sure you think about it in advance. What are the things that are going to stop you and allow you to take that day off? And what are the things that you're going to keep going with, okay? Think about those things and plan them. Schedule them into your calendar. When are you going to work out this week? So this is the Workshop Wednesday. I want this to be more actionable this year. In 2019, my goal is to make these Workshop Wednesday videos more actionable. So I want you to, at some point today, write down in a notebook or your planner or something, when are you going to, I'm going to say work out, but you can, sorry, got a call there. So you can do it for meal planning or anything else that is your goal for, you know, your first domino that you're going to knock over. But I'm going to use workout. If you want to work out consistently, let's say you want to go for 3 times a week. I want you to look at your schedule and I want you to actually plan in those times. Block it off in your schedule, put it in as an appointment in your phone, talk to your significant other if you have to about, you know, switching off on childcare or figure out a way that you're going to work out while the kids are around. Think about when you're going to work out, what that's going to look like. You know, it doesn't have to be exactly, but think about, you know, are you doing weights at home? Are you doing a class at the gym? You know, plan that out and think about the things that might come up that you can plan for in advance. So for me, I lay out my clothes outside of the bedroom so I don't disturb. If I'm getting up really early, I either train a client or myself, and my clothes are already out the night before. So I just get up, I leave the bedroom, I'm not waking anybody up, I get changed out of the bedroom. So my clothes are all ready from the night before. Is there something like that that you can do where you're setting yourself up so it's a lot easier than you would think to do this thing? And if it feels hard and you're not doing it, let's say you skip your first workout, you skip your second workout, what's going on here? Maybe your goal is a little bit too lofty for where you're at. That's okay. You know, this is not like a pride thing. It doesn't matter where you start. Just meet yourself where you are and then go from there. So maybe you're planning your 30-minute workouts and you're skipping them because it feels hard and you don't want to do 30 minutes. I understand. So if you're going from a place where you weren't working out at all, tell yourself you're going to work out for 5 minutes. Literally from 5 to 5:05 tomorrow morning, I will be in my living room working out. These are a couple of the exercises I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to hop in the shower after. Plan it out. If you have that plan, you don't need the motivation. You're not going to wait for the motivation, and you're going to have a fabulous 2019. All right? I would love to hear what some of you guys are working on for 2019. I'm going to drop mine in the comments too. Not all of them, I have a lot, but I'm going to drop a little bit of what I'm trying to focus on for the year. And if you aren't already over in my private Facebook group, come over there, because this way you won't miss any of these videos and you'll see all the recipes and free challenges and all kinds of awesomeness that I've got going on inside that group. It's called Lean In with Tara Allen Health. The only rule is that you are kind, and that's it. So join me over there. And one more thing I want to share, starting on January 14th, I'm running a completely free 5-day Crush the Cravings challenge. So if you are feeling like the sugar cravings are around you, a lot of this shows up as carb cravings, so it might not be sugar, but it could be the pizza and the bread and all that stuff. You're in good company. That's what a lot of people suffer with this time of year after all of the holiday parties and everything. So I want to help you completely free of charge, just as a thank you, a New Year's thank you for being on my email list. This is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get 5 days of me. It's not a specific meal plan. It's me sharing tips with you on how to get rid of those sugar cravings. By the end of 5 days, if you follow this, you're going to be in a much better spot. So make sure you're on my email list. Tell your friends, tell your family. It's totally free. Sign up is at taraallenhealth.com, and it's right there on the homepage. What you're gonna do is you're gonna sign up for my newsletter list. You're gonna be getting my newsletters in the meantime, and then on January 14th, you're gonna get a whole week of this free 5-day challenge. I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll tell your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.